I first grabbed a package of 1 gallon paint stir sticks from Home Depot. You're going to want a total of 12 of these paint sticks. So I just aligned them right next to each other, and then using some jumbo craft sticks, I'm using this Dollar Tree adhesive glue. It's a great substitute for E6000 with a mixture of hot glue, and I'm just applying those jumbo craft sticks all on the back side of the paint sticks to create a sign. Then I'm using some brown acrylic paint, just putting that all throughout, and using a baby wipe to apply that paint on. And this is going to leave you with a wood stained finish without using any of those harsh chemicals that are inside of wood stain. I then got this wooden anchor from Dollar Tree using a piece of blue painter's tape just to section off the top, and then using some blue acrylic paint. I am actually using a Dollar Tree cut up sponge to apply the paint. I like doing this just because there are no brush strokes. It is nice and smooth and it's great coverage. You want to allow that to completely dry and then use another piece of blue painter's tape to cover up the blue portion, and then do the same thing at the bottom, except this time you're using white acrylic paint, using that Dollar Tree sponge to apply that all throughout. Allow that to completely dry, and then using some more blue painter's tape to create some stripes. And then with that, you want to just start applying some red acrylic paint using a different cut up Dollar Tree sponge. Go ahead and peel off that blue painter's tape, and look at how cool that is. I then got this star stencil off of Amazon. I'm just going to place it onto the blue portion of the anchor, tape it down to make sure it doesn't move around on me, and then using a Dollar Tree cut up sponge and some white acrylic paint. You want to make sure you have a very small amount of paint on your sponge, and then just begin dabbing that all throughout the stencil using very light dabbing motions. And go ahead and let that dry. And of course, my projects always need to be somewhat weathered. So I am just going around the anchor with some Waverly Antique Wax, just kind of dry brushing it all throughout the outer edge of the anchor. And I feel like this just really makes that anchor pop. Next, just using some jute string, just gonna hot glue it on the back side of the anchor where the stripes and the stars meet. And then I'm just gonna wrap it around about 5 or 6 times, just enough to cover up where the stars and the stripes meet. And this also adds a really cute nautical accent. Then I'm just grabbing that wooden sign made out of the paint sticks, applying some of that Dollar Tree adhesive glue and hot glue, and just placing the anchor right at the top. Put that aside. You want to let that glue completely adhere for about 10 to 15 minutes. I then created this Home of the Brave stencil off of my Cricut machine, just applying the vinyl onto the bottom of the paint sticks. Just taking off my transfer tape, and then using some more white acrylic paint and a cut up sponge. I'm using white as a primer. So I applied the white, let that dry, and now I'm going over it with red acrylic paint. Let that dry, and then for the words of the, I just kept that white, let that dry, and then go to Brave, still using white acrylic paint. Again, I'm using this for a primer. Let that dry, and then I added some blue acrylic paint carefully, making sure I don't go outside of the word. Go ahead and let that all dry, and then just go ahead and peel off that vinyl. And look at how cute this is. I then just grabbed some of this blue and white nautical rope from Dollar Tree, I'm going to use this as my hanger, so I just hot glued it, and then I also used my staple gun just for some extra support. And there you go, guys. I think this came out so adorable. I had so much fun creating this. I hope this inspires you guys to create your own in your own special way. If it did, please be sure to sprinkle the love. Thank you so, so much, and I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.